So, Shaunti, sometimes I know you do a lot of media with all of your research, and we always like to know what's at the top of the list. What's the one thing I can do right now that's going to really move that proverbial needle? And so, what's your answer to that when it comes to helping us be good friends in marriage and have the kind of relationship that we want? What's the one thing that tops your list?
Well, this is something that any counselor can tell you, and we saw this in our research as well, which is that there are a lot of little things that matter that we don't necessarily realize. And the top one for all of the couples in our research is that these happiest couples, the one most important thing they're doing differently from everybody else is that they're believing the best of their spouse's intentions towards them, even when they're legitimately hurt.
I love that. And I've
Yeah.
seen your research on this. This is life changing for couples. It's really giving, another way to say it is giving your spouse the benefit of the doubt.
Yes. Yeah, great. Colloquial way of putting it. It is natural in our sort of normal tendencies. It is very natural when, like, if Jeff does something that hurts my feelings, there's kind of this subconscious feeling like, ow, and this feeling like he knew how that would make me feel and he said it anyway. Like, and I'm believing by thinking that, I'm believing he doesn't care about me. And a guy might sometimes think what we often hear from guys is like, look, I love my wife, but nothing I do is ever good enough for her. And it's kind of that, ow, she doesn't appreciate me. And what we found is that that is actually statistically the furthest thing from the truth. In the vast majority of marriages, even the most distressed ones, we really care about each other, but we like hurt each other's feelings sometimes. Nobody's perfect. We do things that cause conflict. And instead, what the happiest couples did, they still had the ow, right? But they went, no, no, I know my husband loves me. I know my wife appreciates me. So they must not have known how this would make me feel, or they wouldn't have said it. And that one thing, as you pointed out, is life changing.
You know, there's a comedian, I think it's Brian Regan, who does this whole bit on airlines when you're waiting for the air. The person gets on the thing and said, "We're going to board, section A," and as it goes through the wire and comes out the speaker, it says, "Everybody, rush the door as fast as possible," right? And we do the same thing in our marriage because we're thinking that really the worst. It's our natural
Yeah.
human tendency to think the worst. What you just said, we're going to interpret it in the worst way possible. And you're saying, no, the happiest couples are those that when it comes through the wires and out the speaker go, yeah, let me make sure I'm understanding that accurately because I think I'm going to jump to some bad conclusions if I don't.
Yes, exactly. Because it's not necessarily automatic. It can become more automatic as you force yourself to do this and then go, oh, that was true. But you have to actually take those thoughts captive, right? You actually have to go, no, nuh-uh, no, there's another explanation for this. Always ask yourself, what is a more generous explanation for this? Because that is almost always the truth. We found even in the most distressed marriages, the ones that were the lowest end of the scale, closest to divorce, 97 point something something percent of people deeply still cared about their spouse. And in normal marriages, it's almost 100%. So seriously, this is not wishful thinking. This is how your spouse feels about you.
I love it. The one thing we can do, not necessarily easy all the time, but
Mm.
that one thing, if we do that, it can make a world of difference. Thanks so much.
Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here on our A Better Us YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage even better.
Right. And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here. So keep exploring.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way all the time.